Hi, I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Trey. Welcome to this week's edition of FTV News. I love Halloween candy, costumes, and much more. What are you dressing up as, Kennedy?
Well, probably a princess, but... Well, before you choose, let's throw it to Anna for the history of a few Halloween costumes.
Do you know how the tradition of wearing costumes for Halloween was started? Not many people do. It actually started back in the 19th century with European and Celtic roots. On Halloween, people believe that ghosts and spirits came back to the earthly world. To avoid encounters and being recognized by ghosts, they would wear masks or blacken their faces when they left home. They would be mistaken for fellow spirits. Celts were also thought to have impersonated dead ancestors. The first mass-produced Halloween costumes appeared in stores in the 1930s when trick-or-treating became popular in the U.S. Costuming became popular for Halloween parties in the U.S. in the early 20th century for both adults and children. Halloween costumes are typically based off of supernatural figures like witches, vampires, ghosts, and werewolves. But there are also costumes based off celebrities and popular fictional characters like princesses, pirates, superheroes, and fairies. And costumes aren't just for people. 11.5% of the United States pets dress up too.
Are you ready to fly? Let's soar over to Caleb and Tyler for a short story on the Blue Angels.
Have you heard of an FA-18 Hornet? How about a C-130? Or the Blue Angels? Well, you should. They pull off incredible stunts using these two aircrafts. They have some sweet blue paint jobs. They take planes and fly them extremely close, take off straight up in the air, sweet smoke trail designs, and nosedives so close to the ground, it gives you chills. The mission of the Blue Angels is to enhance Navy recruiting, and they're the international ambassador of goodwill. Other air show teams like the Blue Angels are the Air Force Thunderbirds and the United Air Force Red Arrows. Their first show was in June 15th, 1946, on Craig Field, Jacksonville, Florida. A C-130 nicknamed as Fat Albert used in many of the Blue Angel shows. Jet-assisted takeoff was created in Vietnam era to help heavy C-130s lift off in short, unimproved runways. Their first show was on November 1975 in NAS, Pensacola, Florida. To do the jet-assisted takeoff, JATO, they take JATO rocket bottles, attach them to Fat Albert, and as it lifts off, go straight up into the air. They had attached 8 jet-assisted takeoff bottles to Fat Albert, each producing 1,000 pounds of thrust. In November 2009, they used the last known stockpile of JATO bottles in NAS, Pensacola, Florida. Now when they come to a town near you, check them out!
Did you know?
Did I know what?
Did you know?
Did I know what?
I don't know. I was just saying the next segment is a Did You Know?
Oh.
Hi, I'm Lucas, and this is our Did You Know segment for FTV. Did you know that John Madden is an accomplished ballroom dancer? Or that 1 out of every 3 employees who get a promotion have a coffee mug with the company logo on it? Did you know that about 1/3 of all Americans flush the toilet while they're still sitting on it? Or that according to Genesis 1:20-22, the chicken came before the egg? Did you know that the microwave oven was invented by mistake when an engineer testing a magnetron tube noticed that the radiation from it melted the chocolate bar in his pocket? Did you know that 60 Minutes on CBS is the only television show to not have theme music or a song at the beginning of the show? Me either. Or that 100% of all people that win the lottery gain weight? Did you know that on average, every American spends about 6 months waiting at red lights in their life? Red lights are annoying. Did you know that in a recent survey, Americans revealed that their favorite scent or smell was banana? Who likes bananas? Did you know that Mel Blanc, the voice of Bugs Bunny, was allergic to carrots? I didn't.
Did you know the state of Florida is bigger than England? Or that ants stretch when they wake up in the morning? I bet you didn't. Did you know it's against law to have a pet dog in Iceland? Or that Thomas Edison, the light bulb inventor, was afraid of the dark? Did you know during your lifetime you'll eat about 60,000 pounds of food? Or that dolphins sleep with one eye open? Did you know the world's oldest piece of chewing gum is 9,000 years old? Or that sneeze travels out of your mouth at over 100 miles per hour? Did you know owls are the only birds that can see the color blue? Or that it's against the law to slam your car door in Switzerland?
Did you know every day more money is printed for Monopoly than for the U.S. Treasury? Or that American Airlines saved $40,000 in 1987 by eliminating 1 olive from each salad served first class? Did you know that the average lifespan of a Major League Baseball is 7 pitches? Or how about that an eagle can kill a young deer and fly away with it? Did you know that in the Caribbean there are oysters that can climb trees? Did you know that over 1,000 birds a year die from smashing into windows?
What's up with the PTO? Here's Julie Kidwell to see what's going on.
Think of your favorite cookie, maybe some sausage and cheese. Now, think about helping your child's school out with money issues. Well, all of that into one is the PTO fundraiser for sausage and cookies. Students got an order form to order these treats from their teacher. Students should find as many people as possible to order. And remember, you are helping the school.
Trey, don't you ever just want to break down in tears when you see those animal abuse commercials?
Yeah, it just breaks my heart.
I just wish there was something I could do to help.
You can. Let's go down to Julie to see what you can do to help.
There's Sunny, 8 months, boy. Chase, 9 months, girl. Brando, 10 months, boy. And more need a home. So do you want to adopt one of these lovely pets? If so, head on down to the Humane Association of Warren County. I'm sure they would love to see you.
What's happening at the junior high, but we want to let you see for yourself. Let's hand it to Brianna Woods and Morgan Centers for the 411.
At Franklin Junior High School, we do have some exciting events coming up, and the biggest event coming up is our 8th graders doing their annual trip to Washington, D.C. I'm fortunate enough this year I'm going to be the administrator that gets to travel with this wonderful group of young people to Washington. I hope we have a good time. We get to see some great sights and have a lot of good memories when we come back.
Miss Zimmerman is making us do a play on whichever thing we want. We have to we have to speak loud, and we are based on our characteristics of our play.
What is happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's go over to Keisha for that answer.
Well, we're about to start basketball in about a week.
Is that so? Think you're going to make it?
No.
Good. Neither do I. What's happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's go over to Nick for that answer.
In social studies, we just took our first quarter assessment today.
Did you get your good? What is happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's take it over to Pat Nakers for that answer. Today in Spanish, we learn countries and capitals. Is that so? Yes, it is.
I've been asked what I'm teaching in my classroom right now. We are to the third chapter of The Outsiders. We're teaching literary terms, figures of speech, things like foreshadowing, flashback, setting, plot, all of those sorts of terms that we need to learn, characterization. And also we are doing a practice OAA test, and we are making up a couple of tests for the principal parts of verbs and the literary terms test.
What's happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's go over to Evan for that answer.
The 7th and 8th grade football teams are going to Bellbrook today.
What is happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's take it over to Shade Parrish for that answer.
In choir class, we're singing very patriotic songs.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
What's happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's bring it over to Matt for that answer.
In reading with Mrs. Dimbath, I'm reading Jumping the Nail.
What is happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's go over to Austin Turner for that answer.
In social studies, we took our first quarter exam.
This week in reading, we're shocking reading. All of the students are paired up with another partner and they're reading books and discussing them together.
What's happening in Franklin Junior High? Let's bring it over to Aaron for that answer.
At Franklin Junior High in math class with Mr. Lake, we're doing a review guide and so we can do our quarter assessment.
In science class, we were doing a mystery about stuff about the missing wildcat. We just got done with that, and Mr. Kinzer was the culprit.
Franklin lost another historical building. That's the second one in the past 2 years. Let's go down to Sam to put this fire out.
On October 3rd, Smith's PH Bistro on South Main Street caught fire. The 3-alarm fire was ruled an arson by the fire marshal, which didn't surprise many people since the bistro had 22 break-ins in September and 284 complaints last year. The fire started at 7:30 and fire crews from Franklin, Middletown, Turtle Creek, and Miami Townships, Lebanon, and Miamisburg battled the flames for about 4 hours. 2 suspects are in custody and a third is on the loose.
That's it for this week's edition of FTV News.
Stay tuned for FTV Sports with Jordan and Seth. I'm Kennedy.
I'm Trey.
See ya.